How's it going, and welcome to The Guitar Effect. My name's Rob. This is going to be another video in my Golden Oldies series. A series of videos I make where I talk about gear that's not in the limelight at the moment because it's been out a long time. Some of this gear may not be made anymore, but some of it may still be made, but just is not like new, so therefore it doesn't get talked about. This is going to be the third T-Rex pedal I've made in this series, and actually the fourth T-Rex pedal I've made a demo of. All of which have been gain pedals, and this is yet another gain pedal. So here it is. This is the Dr. Swamp. I'll just try and get close to the camera there. The Dr. Swamp from T-Rex. And this is their, it's a really, really simple two-stage distortion pedal. So the first thing we should do is take a listen to it in the track. So here you go. So, that's the Dr. Swamp. As you can hear, it's like a mid and high gain distortion pedal. That track, incidentally, is a track by my band Kampala, one of our singles from last year. Check it out, go and have a listen to it. If you like the channel, incidentally, I'd really appreciate going out and checking out my band. If you like the music that I play in my demos, it's always songs by my band. I'd really appreciate if you went and checked out our band, and if you like the stuff, subscribe to the channel. So we're really trying to push the band at the moment. So, the Dr. Swamp. So what the Dr. Swamp is it's a sort of amp style distortion, in my opinion, and like almost a Marshall-y kind of style distortion. It's just a straight ahead distortion pedal, and it does low gain and high gain, or high gain and higher gain, or kind of low gain and mid gain. But really it's a distortion pedal. It's not an overdrive pedal. Even when this lower gain is set, to there, it's got given a significant amount of punk rocky kind of distortion. Like all the other T-Rex pedals, it's built really, really beautifully. It's got a really gorgeous kind of teal kind of finish on it. It's got 4 knobs. It's got gain 1, gain 2, tone and volume. So the reason I'm making this video is because Dan, the other guitar player from Kampala, is a big T-Rex fan. And every week I go out to practice, he's got a new T-Rex pedal to give me to review. So he gave me this 2 weeks ago. And it was kind of like I've done 2 Mudhoneys already, and this is a different distortion pedal. This is more 80s in my opinion, whereas the Mudhoney is more 90s. So it's a bit tighter. It's got less sort of thickness to it. It's more kind of straight ahead rock rhythm sound. It's a really, really great sounding distortion. T-Rex make unbelievably good distortion pedals. So yeah, it's got 2 switches. One to bypass the pedal. Actually, no, sorry. It's gain A and gain B. So you switch on with either one of them, and then when you hit the other switch, it switches to that one. You can't stack them. It's gain A, gain B, or off. And it's got a 9-volt power supply and top mounted jacks. This one is second hand, and the little plastic surround from one of the jacks is gone. I love that kind of thing. It's had a bit of a life somewhere. So I'm not sure when these were made and how old it is, but I don't think it's recent. So I guess the best thing to do now is take a listen to it. So here's the audio demo of the Dr. Swamp from T-Rex. Okay, so to demo the Dr. Swamp. Today I am playing this. This is my Fender Mexican Classic series from about 2010 standard Telecaster basically. It's a standard 60s style Telecaster. It's got a rosewood neck and it's got 60s kind of sounding pickups. I'm coming out of the guitar into the Dr. Swamp, out of the Dr. Swamp into the clean channel of the 2 notes revolt, and then I'm taking the regular, no IR, and just analog cab sim out into my interface. And here's my clean sounds. This is the neck pickup of the telly. Just going to turn myself up a little bit. And here is the middle setting. Telly's such great sounding guitar. And the all-important bridge pick. So I'm going to start in the bridge pick. I'm going to wind my tone off. No, actually I'm not, because the tone knob on the Dr. Swamp is incredibly sensitive. And also, what's interesting about this is, as I mentioned in the intro, this is like very different to the Mudhoney 2 in terms of it has 2 switches for 2 different gains, but the intention here is definitely that you get your one sound and you have a low gain and high version of the low gain and high gain version of that sound. As in, there's one shared tone knob, which I think is a different thing but not a bad thing. So here is again clean sound on bridge pickup. Fairly bright and spiky. The gain sound. A little bit more level. So I can darken that up straight away. Yeah. So as you can see, this is a like fluid, bitey sounding distortion, like punk rocky kind of thing. So I can wind that gain down a lot, wind the volume up, and actually I'll bring the tone back. Not really mad on that, to be honest. I think you need you get that kind of past clean sound, neck pickup. So, can do that bluesy thing, but then you can also wind the gain up to 2/3 and get a proper raucous distortion sound. You have to watch the volume. So somewhere around here the bass starts to come. Really interesting actually. So as you wind that gain up, for me anyway, it's adding a little bit of bass end, this kind of thing. Where you're adding that low 5th note to a A-shaped power chord, so instead of, you can add this. If I do that with the tone or the gain at 2/3, say, it loses a bit of that power. So it's adding in thick bottom end when you get to the top. That's really, really cool actually. Now, what I would probably do is leave this somewhere back here. Got a little bit of bass on the amp. I think it's a little bit lacking in bass. pedal. I'm just going to gun this tone. I don't think it's going to be pleasant. No, I'm not even going to go there. So I'd have the tone somewhere in the middle. I think that's where I'd have my like first gain stage. For even picky stuff. I could wind my tone down the guitar. And that's how I would set the first side. So then we go over to the other side and it just becomes similar sound but way more gain. A bit more volume as well. That's a gorgeous sound. Okay, so what this is really going to be lovely for is that kind of Weezer thing, that big, heavy, thick distortion sound. I would even say, for this sort of application, this sort of grungy application, you want that much volume difference between those two sounds. Brilliant. It's almost, it's not fuzz, it's just heavy distortion. That riff I'm playing is by a band called Band of Skulls from the UK, and they had this record out about 10 years ago called Sweet Sour. And if you like guitar-based rock, it's one of the best records of the last, I don't know how long, it's brilliant. Band of Skulls, check them out. It's probably not that level of gain. I'll just push the gain, bring the level back. More tone. Makes a pretty amazing high gain distortion there as well. T-Rex, they just know what they're doing, like they just make brilliant pedals. So one thing I want to check here is, okay, if I go back, gain 1, that's about the right level. The levels are balanced out really, really well. And I think working this tone knob as well to find the sweet spot between the two different types of drives is really valuable. So I think this compared to the Mudhoney, the Mudhoney has more of a sludgy, how do you describe it? The Mudhoney feels more like a grunge kind of pedal, more sort of 90s feeling. And this maybe feels a little bit more 80s. It's as 80s as like. It's very, very good. AC/DC kind of, I know that's not AC/DC, it's just jet, but that kind of sound. Pub rock. Clean. Pub rock. And then if you want to, where is it? That's it. So you could be in your pub rock. And if you want to go for a solo. like, if you're looking for sort of more rocky tones than grungy tones, I think the Dr. Swamp is really, really good. And I think its low gain sound can be quite, it has a JCM 800-y kind of thing off it for me. Whereas the Mudhoney feels a bit more grungy. Really like this. And I think for certain stuff I would choose this over the Mudhoney, but the Mudhoney will probably win out for me a little bit. It's because of my taste. Yeah, really, really good. Well done, T-Rex again. They just make unbelievable stuff. There you go. If you're looking for a 2-stage distortion pedal to handle like all of your sort of rhythm sounds, whether that's like just past, not just past clean, it's not that, like a light distortion or a heavy distortion, this is really, really good. Like I said, it's different to the Mudhoney. It's got more of a 800, JCM 800, in my opinion, style thing going on. The Mudhoney is more kind of 90 sounding. This is more rocky than grungy, I would say. So yeah, thanks to Dan for lending this to me, and these videos about the T-Rex pedals have done really well actually, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Any questions or comments, throw them in the comment section down below. Fair play to T-Rex for making amazing gain pedals. Every one of them out so far has been absolutely outstanding. And that's it, I guess. Oh, I suppose the mandatory housekeeping. If you've watched this far, as always, I say thank you, and if you have done and you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out massively, and that's it. I'll see you in another video again soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.